I'm more likely than not 1 minute late to this cast. And if I am 1 minute late to this cast, no. I'm not late. Made it right on time. Alright, let's just reorganize things, and then we can get down to the matchups. Kled top against Aatrox. Aha! Warwick jungling against the Wukong. Ryze mid against TF. Bottom lane is gonna be Kai'Sa Bard against Caitlyn Aatrox. No, Wildcards. So the Kled Aatrox matchup, very immediately off the bat, is something I'm interested in. Kled opens Cloth 4? Whoa! So, this is intentional, I guess. He's going for Cloth 4. Is there a case for doing 4 health potions over a refill? Is he just banking on not needing to buy a refill? Because this is gold inefficient. If you ever plan to have healing potions for prolonged laning phase, buy that refill, man. It's 150 gold over 200, and it's technically infinite number of potions. The Kled versus Aatrox matchup is interesting. It is probably the one of the few matchups that Aatrox struggles with. TF is going to blow his flash at level 1. That's going to be a very good start here for the Rides. And because minions have already spawned, Kled catches him out at a really bad time. He can't back. He has to just rely on corrupting potion charges. Later on, he will have dematerializers up to try to stabilize the wave with. For now, it's going to be a pretty awkward laning phase for him. Ryze will not have pressure on him until 2. So he has some time still to recoup the losses. Kled is going to go up against the Aatrox. It's one of the few matchups that Aatrox fears. You cannot kill a Kled with Aatrox. The dismount plus remount will beat you. Beat the Aatrox straight up. And Bear Trap's healing reduction makes it very painful for Aatrox to actually actively trade into him. It's actually a lane that favors Kled a lot. I'm not sure if it's favored enough for him to go Class 4. That's such an... Well, Class 5 is such an antiquated build. Back in like the season 2 or 3 days, where if you are opening up against like a Darius, you would do that Class 5 start for crazy region. But I think that the build predates even Crystalline Flask. I genuinely have not seen anybody open with this for a very, very long time. Especially in the world where regrowth potion has... Refill potion, not regrowth potion. Refill potion has been so commonplace. We're gonna see. Maybe this is some sort of genius meta strat that I'm just out of the loop on. I'm glad he doesn't get that CS. He's actually taking so much aggro to try to get to the Kled, and that's a very early dismount. So that's actually not favorable for him. Mini Kled is just going to be zoned out here by the Aatrox, and he didn't get dismounted in the time where he can actually keep fighting. Because right now the Aatrox is full health and you can't trade against him in that circumstance. He didn't go down fighting, he kind of went down trying to go for a CS, failing it, and then just flailing around the Aatrox for a while. It still is very much a matchup that Kled likes. So we'll see. It's a very unfortunate dismount timing. Warwick's coming up top, but can a Kled actually follow up here? Remains to be seen. Now Aatrox is going to start roaring to come in. The flea is in place. One more hit will get him Scarl back. That was probably 95 courage. He couldn't get that remount. If he could get the remount, the Bear Trap probably could have secured it. Aatrox is not going to try to turn with some damage. One more hit will do it. There it is. He gets a remount, but unfortunately he pistoled backwards. So he can't close the gap for the Bear Trap. In that case, I do think you shoot behind you, bounce yourself forward, get the auto, and then try to immediately Bear Trap. But for now, he's fine. He got Scarl back. He still has 3 health potions to Aatrox's 0, but Aatrox does have innate lifesteal. Meanwhile, at bot lane, Kai'Sa, Caitlyn is... Both sides are just farming right now. The Valkaz is actually exerting a lot of zone. those angle shots is making it very hard for them to farm, and Kalen's just comfortably farming up behind the Valkaz. He's providing a lot of zone here actually. But now the wave is crashing into the tower, so Kai'Sa gets her fill of it. Now, before this game really explodes, I need to check something. What is Bard's Q name? Cosmic Binding. There it is. I just need to make sure. Oh, the dismount coming out from the Kled. And here comes the Warwick. He's coming from behind. He's prepping up the fear. He's actually started screaming a little bit too slow, which means the TF gets fear forward, but it doesn't matter. First blood, and there's the remount for the Kled for the outplay. And now the Wukong, he takes another tower shot. It's super heated. He has almost no health left. He's gonna flash away from the Kled's charge, and that's going to get him out with a blast cone. They overgreed for the remount. They overgreed for the dive, but Kled gets the remount. He gets that solo kill, showing why this lane is actually quite Kled favored. He is behind in CS, which is a little bit unforgivable. But I'm sure he can recoup that. I'm interested in what his first item here is, because he did open up cloth armor, so he must have an item that he's intending to rush. If his death stands, I'll just start laughing. Kai'Sa is going to get suspended here. And he's going to leave a minion wave behind in the Aatrox, but the TF is coming up top. It is totally wasted. That ultimate doesn't even yield him an assist. Aatrox picks up the solo kills thanks to Kled overstaying a little bit, honestly, for the wave. He is going the first item TM out for wave clear. So he literally just first item a cloth armor, thinking the extra armor will help. I mean, Doran's shield has been buffed sufficiently enough that if you want early defenses, that's probably just better than cloth armor. Oh no, the Wukong, he has to try to run, but the plasma is pretty far. Flash forward by the Bard, but the Warwick will secure it. Teleport's coming in from behind, Realmwar from the right as well. And now the fight has broken out. That's all 5 here for blue team. And completely routing red team here. They just can't catch a break. They try to go for a play, but all 3 members die thanks to a full-on collapse. Now the only true deficit here from blue team is the top lane. Kled did teleport down, and he does not have charge to get back to lane quickly. Aatrox is going to amount a massive lead here just in terms of CS, and he's going to get a play for himself too, denying the cannon wave on top of it all. So Kled's gonna come back to this lane. He has a kill, sure, but he's gonna come back to this lane and find the laning position very difficult for him. And Warwick gets his 3rd kill. He's 3-0-0, and the Monkey slightly out farming him, but he's definitely not had the best outcome here in the ganks. And you can see TF, you couldn't join that fight because he Destiny top lane, which didn't even get him anything. He's still 0-1-0. He's working on his Roa though. And he did go back to pick up a Dark Seal to sustain his potion. Now Kled is fighting the Aatrox. Zhao's dodging away from Q3 and jousting backwards, but is the juke enough here? He gets dismounted by the Cyclone, and he's gonna pistol the wrong way. That's gonna be a very dead Kled. Aatrox picks up another assist, and once again, Kled's out of the lane. You can't afford to have death like this, especially not against an Aatrox. Any champion that just gives over that many kills to an Aatrox is gonna suffer. He can definitely run you over pretty quickly with a decent few amount of resources. Once the Aatrox gets snowbally, it's really freaking hard to kill. The score is going to be 5-2. It might be 6-2. No, that's a very delayed Warwick ultimate. TF has already flashed. Warwick Pounce gets completely cancelled out by the TF flash, and that gank is going nowhere fast. Kled goes back top, but this is Wukong coming from behind him. Are they going to try this dive again? No, it does seem like Monkey was just recall here. Kai'Sa gets slowed up. The poke from the Valkaz is still omnipresent and it's still just a pain in the backside. But I will say, despite all the room that the Valkaz is buying for the Caitlyn, this Caitlyn has not been farming well. The range advantage should at least give you a little bit of advantage over the Kai'Sa in lane. But you can see that she's taking this lane and doing pretty much nothing. behind in Kai'Sa to CS with the Valkos zoning them out 24/7 seems a little bit unforgivable. But as long as he's not terribly far behind, I suppose it's fine for the most part. TF is going to start trying to get some farm back for himself. He's actually out CSing the Rise. The Rise will tie it up here with this minion. No, still one ahead. The problem for this TF is the few plays he's tried so far haven't really worked out for him. And for TF, you really want to impact side lanes early on. Just because in lane you're not the strongest carry. Oh, that's a kill! Unless the Bard, beautiful collapse there by the Bard tanking out the bullet. That's going to save the Kai'Sa's life. Oh no, but the Wukong's coming in from the back. Killed out of nowhere. Monkey gets the kill. And that's going to be a very dead Kai'Sa. And now Bard might be next to go here. He lights the Valkos on fire, but the tower shot's not there. Temper Fate, it doesn't land in time, and the Monkey does get his second kill here. Warwick is going to fight up top, but the Aatrox has World Ender, and here comes the Rise. He wants to make something happen, but he's focusing the wrong target, and meanwhile up top, Aatrox dunks the Warwick on the head, and suddenly this game just went so incredibly wrong here for a blue team. But unless the Kled can make something happen, he's going to get dismounted again. No, he's not. He gets the solo kill back onto the Aatrox. 2-2-1 versus 3-2-1. He did buy that Tabai, so that's where his cloth arbor went into. I don't know, I just find that pretty funny because you look at inventory and you're like, what the hell? You look at that inventory and you're like, what the hell kind of inventory is this? Red team does take the first Drake of the game, second Drake of the game. They get their Cloud, and now the Mountain Rift has set in. So a Mountain Rift does certainly benefit blue team quite a bit here. I think blue team would enjoy it a lot more than red, but it's really up to them in wresting back the map control, because right now, after that last sequence of events, they're definitely behind. Now this Herald is a great start to getting them back into the game again. Gold card onto the Warwick doing nothing, and that's going to be a lot of plate money. It doesn't do enough to equalize the gold deficit, but it actually does go a long way in making sure the Rise is back in it. That's going to be in 160 gold to the Rise and 160 to the Warwick. Not to mention chipping down mid tower, always valuable. And the third plate on the tower is actually quite squishy now as well. So Rise can definitely try to solo siege and bring it down. He has about a minute and a half left to do it, but be careful here overextending. The Monkey is coming from the rear. Meanwhile, Temper Fate locks up the Valkos, and he's going to immediately turn Life from Disintegration Ray plus the Caitlyn Bullet. It kills the Kai'Sa from half to 0 instantly. And now the Bard tunnels in, he's gonna find nothing. Destiny comes in, the Bard might be in trouble. A beautifully typed Cosmic Binding, but it's not enough. He doesn't have the Ignite, he can't get that kill. Monkey gets yet another kill. He's suddenly 6-1-0. Where did this fed Wukong come from? Seemingly out of nowhere. And once again, blue team loses a skirmish in the river. They picked the bad fight. Kai'Sa gets bursted immediately. And meanwhile, TF, he doesn't have to do anything much from here. He can just start farming. That's a pretty good deal for him. Now, Kled, he did just recently beat the Aatrox. Beat being very tight air quotes there. He did have some help, and his help died. So how does he fare solo? Not that well, seems like. The Ninja Tabai is actually helping him, but he gets dismounted right here. Q3 slaps him up, and the chain's gonna tie him down. Mini Kled's space movement speed is too slow to get out of the chains from the Aatrox. Valkos Q is still coming in. It's a little bit too much to bear, and Kled has to abandon his position as well. That's going to give Aatrox a lot more free pushing time. He's dropped it down to one plate just as the plate turrets fall. He's actually so rich, so much richer ahead of the Kled. He does finish his Tiamat here, and he's gonna pick up another cloth armor. He did teleport back in. He wants another fight against the Aatrox, and here comes the Wukong. This fight goes sour real quick. Cyclone ties him up, but here comes the Monkey. Can he make anything happen here? Can he save the Kled? No, he cannot. And now the TF has arrived on the scene as well. So much damage coming down. World Ender dunks on top of him from the Aatrox. And now this guy is irreversibly fed. I think this lane has just got into a position where the Kled can no longer win it. Beautiful Cosmic Binding tying up too, but the Kai'Sa's being zoned out by the slow Life Orb Disintegration Ray. They want to kill her straight up, but they can't do it. Bard beautifully tanks out the bullet and the Temper Fate. It does connect onto the Caitlyn, but the tower has already fallen. Killer Instinct comes off with Kai'Sa, but she gets exhausted on impact, and now she's being forced back. Destiny, the eyes are here, and so is the monkey. This is a 4 against 2 out of nowhere. Kai'Sa tries to make it in the brush, but she can't. There's an eye above her head, and the double kill goes over to the Wukong. This game just went from bad to worse for blue team, and red team's laughing all the way to the bank. A series of excellent map movements here, and here comes the Kled. He's coming in for the ham engage, but here comes the teleport. It is now Aatrox's turn. Red team's time to goon this lane, 5v2, and it seems like they're gonna get it. Kled dismounts right on top of a trap, and he's the person getting trapped down. Now Rise arrives just to be killed off instantly. 7 to 15. This kill score doesn't seem that bad, but man, oh man, this is bad. Blue team has done nothing but die for the past 6 minutes or so. I don't care how many lives you got, you cannot throw them away like that. And now red team is pretty much ahead across the board. I hesitate to find one area that blue team is ahead in. They're going to kill another tower in mid. That's going to make it 4-0 in turrets taken. Dragon is going to come up in 10 seconds as well, and suddenly blue team finds themselves very quickly out of position, out of room on the map to farm and play, and the Rise is going to get caught out here. He tries to flash away from the chains, but too little too late. World Ender kills him right where he stands. Oh man, like on second inspection, this Rise has not had a good game, huh? Neither mid lanes have a kill, but Aatrox, no, not Aatrox, Twisted Fate has definitely had a better time in it than the Rise does. So now what is blue team's call? What do you do here when the Aatrox is an entire finished item on top of your own top laner? He's not someone you can fight right now, and Warwick knows that. He blows his flash to get out. He still has his ultimate, so it does look like he'll be able to make it out safe and sound, unless the Aatrox really has something to say about it. The swipes are coming in hard and fast. The knock-up and the bullet. Warwick tries to tank through it, but can he live long enough? No, he cannot. Unstoppable for the Aatrox, and the Kled mini dismounted, cannot remount in time. 2 more bodies drop for blue team. There's no communication here. There's a full-on breakdown across blue team. They have nowhere to really fight. They have no room for themselves. Temper Fate, but it doesn't time and time. You cannot interrupt the instant auto attack. Legendary Monkey kills off the Kai'Sa. His first death happened before he got any kills, so he's got 9 in a row now. Cosmic Binding not going to find anything. Life from Disintegration Rate just down the lane for the lulz. Rise is trying to clear the minion wave, but he doesn't have damage, he doesn't have anything. Flash forward by the TF, lighting him on fire. He dodges the rest of the CC, but the Q, it does land on him, and the Ignite might be enough to finish the job. No, it's not. Bar will keep him alive. Gold card on the back. Here comes the Kled charge. It's going in for the Caitlyn. It does lock onto the target. Does she have anything to get out? No, she does not. She'll finally be killed off here. For the first time in 10 minutes, blue team gets something for themselves. And now the Twist of Fate might be next on the chopping block. He's being snared back by the bear trap. He does get killed off here by the wolf. And suddenly 2 bodies here for red team. They know that they've been overstaying, and now they're getting punished. Aatrox is coming in for the World Ender. He turns, dunks onto the Rise, kills him off instantly. Where's the Kai'Sa? She's not here in the fight yet. She is. She's shooting the Aatrox, doing absolutely nothing. Does he even feel pain? Maybe he does. No, he doesn't. Just kidding. Oh, Death's Dance is keeping him alive. He's still up. He's still healing. He can't do it. Blue team has no damage. They can't kill him off. Oh, maybe they can. The swipe, it doesn't connect. Kai'Sa finally gets the shutdown. But it's like fighting a raid boss with multiple phases. That was a very hard fight. And the monkey, he's gonna come in, cleaning one more up, getting another legendary kill. That's gonna be his 10th. Kai'Sa finally gets on the board, but at what cost? She just gave 300 gold right back to the monkey. To think if the Aatrox swipe connected before he died, he would have lived. Probably. Like, it would have given him more healing off Death's Dance. If he had like 2 extra frames to do his thing, blue team might have genuinely not killed him. He came super close to actually outplaying that. And now the gold lead has just gone from bad to worse here. Almost 9,000? Almost 9,000 gold at 20 minutes in is when you vote 4 yeses on the surrender. Accounting for the one guy who never thinks that the game is over. The problem right now I see for blue team is that they have no way of actually winning or coming back or doing anything because, you know, that's happening. But now Warwick is diving in. The team really has no communication right now. They're just kind of falling apart. Everywhere they go, they're being outnumbered by red team, who just has more areas of the map to play in. It seems like at least blue team has a never say die attitude. That or they're just so dead that they stop feeling anything and then are just running in like zombies. You know, if you ever play like Dynasty Warriors and you just see one guy gathering up an army of hundreds of soldiers and just killing them all, that's what blue team's doing. They're just running in, waiting to be killed off in droves. Red team is going to get a super early Baron here, just 21 minutes in. Teleport's coming down for blue team's turret. They want to make a play happen. Can they make a play happen? They're going to engage on the Aatrox, but the rest of red team is actually following up here. The Aatrox is taking a little bit of damage, but he's still healing through it. They don't have healing reduction. They can't cut any of this. Kai'Sa steps on a trap, and the Caitlyn takes her down to dot HP. Can they still go? Caitlyn gets locked up. She's going to be killed off. That's going to be the first casualty. Bard will tunnel over. He wants to land some CC. He does connect the stun with the Cosmic Binding. Realmor's coming in from behind. The cavalry has arrived, but is it enough? Or is this Aatrox truly the world ender? No, he's not. The shutdown is here, but the rest of red team, they're falling in from behind. The Wukong is here as well. One-man Cyclone onto the Kled. Can he make a turn happen? He's standing on a ward. He has to try to get out. Cyclone 2 is going to knock up 2 people. And now the Kled gets dismounted by the Valkyr's Life Orb Disintegration Ray is back up. Kled cannot get the remount in time. TF killed off the mid tower, and now he's rejoining the fight. Warwick kills him off, but the rest of blue team has already run away back to base. They don't give a crap about that fight, and that's just gonna leave the wolf to the wolves, as it were. 22 minutes in, blue team actually found a few critical pickoffs. They killed the Aatrox and they killed the Caitlyn. But that's not their biggest problem right now. They still have a monkey to contend with, and now red team gonna put themselves on soul point. It's gonna be a long and difficult road if blue team chooses to embark on it. The gold lead has climbed up so high. It seems like anything red team does, even when they make mistakes, they somehow make money off it. It is the story of failing upwards. Even when they get punished, they somehow take more back. The real highlight of this story is actually Twisted Fate, who, against all odds, have actually not gotten the kill yet. Caitlyn's gonna be smacked up here by the Kled. The Bear Trap does snag her back, but he's actually taking quite a bit of damage. Flash forward by the Rise. That's gonna be Caitlyn dead yet again. She's actually dying quite a bit. Disintegration Rate going to kill off the Kled, but now the Valkyr's might be caught out. He has nowhere to go. Kai'Sa takes him down for a shutdown, but here comes a World Ender. He's actually jumped into the middle of 4 people. Does he think he's fed enough to survive this? Oh, maybe. Here comes a really fed monkey. But the Kai'Sa killer instincts away to try to juke the monkey. It's actually working. Monkey will take the magical journey to try to get out, but the rest of the blue team chasing in like madmen. They want this kill. The Warwick is pouncing in, and the monkey's trying to escape. Can he get out? No, he cannot. Kai'Sa flashes in for that shutdown. She just got so much money. She just got a lot of money here. That actually did a dent in the gold deficit. And for the first time ever, red team are the ones who find themselves out of position, and they're the ones who opted into an unwinnable fight. And this Aatrox, despite how fed he's been, has just been killed off essentially 3 times in a row. In teamfights, he's been shown to just not output anything so far. He came really close to actually killing everybody at mid lane, and after that, it's just been feed for him. Now don't get me wrong, this is still an Aatrox. He still has 3 items done plus boots. He can still definitely kill everybody if he just finds the right buttons to click at the right time. But these past few sequences, They actually just gave blue team so much money. And it's all been started out with Caitlyn getting caught too. That's not... Oh no, the Temper Fate, it does lock it up, and Kled runs past the team fight. The dunk is going to come out onto the bar. He's going to be the first victim. Kai'Sa kills off the Caitlyn, but pays for it immediately after. And now two fan members spinning in the back. They lost the damage. They can't keep going. Kled pistol himself backwards, and that's going to give himself natural kiting away from the wild cards. Triple kill by the Aatrox. Like I said, he can still pop off. And that's going to be a 5-for-1 ace here. This is not the end of the game. But red team do solidify themselves as, haha, we were just playing around, giving you false hope. And now they pull out the rug from under blue team's feet, sweeping them onto the ground. That's going to be an inhib killed off, and now they're laying siege to the Nexus turrets. They might be able to get one here. The respawns are just now trickling in. Bard has no ultimate. Neither does a Kai'Sa. This is going to be a very dead tower here. They might go for number 2. And the Aatrox is providing the zone for them to do it. They do kill off the turret, but it seems like their siege has to end here, unless the Warwick just randomly dies. Yes, he does, and the rest of the fight does break out right in blue team's own base. This is their last line of defense. World Ender comes out, but the Aatrox, he's the only one going in. Everybody else is leaving. Kai'Sa is going to get swept up here. The CC, the control is there. Aatrox slaps her in the face, and that's going to be AD carry dead yet again. And red team somehow wins a fight in blue team's space. Against all odds, undermanned, undernumbered, but it doesn't matter. Aatrox is literally a one-man army, and he's going to get it here. Temper Fate locks him in a hero pose. And the dunk by the Aatrox, there's the ace, and there's the end of the game. And in fact, to finish this game, I'm going to pause it right here. Oh, right here. Look at that. The hero pose.